Hello, welcome back. Last time I took a look at Harvest Time Alternate and didn't get all that much of anywhere with it. It's in here, right? 3113, that's the one. And honestly, I just don't really want to look at this puzzle right now. I have a third code, so just instead of having a bad time here and getting nothing really done, let's go learn about a new puzzle. That's what I feel more like doing. Was it 0451, I think? Shenzhen I trailer? What? What? Oh, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and stage 4 simple inputs. So this was in the trailer. I remember seeing this. Display is an X bus output connected to a custom LCD. Send values to the display output as indicated in the verification tab. Oh, that's funny. So I don't really care what the inputs are. It just has to be that. 1, 2. Well, the trailer has a solution for this. I wasn't paying any attention when I watched it to what it actually did, though. Alright, so let's make this real simple. Real simple. So 1 when stage 1 goes from 0 to 50. Okay, let's see. I can wire together a lot of X bus outputs. And that'll be totally fine. Alright, so stage 1, that's you. And this is weird. Alright, I'm gonna do this just as dumb as possible, pretty much. Make it really simple. TGT P0 AC. Add 1, move AC, X1. No, not that's not right. What I mean is, whoa, alright, so I have to remember the last value. No, that's fine. TGT P0 AC plus tech P050. Well, okay. Let's do this. Tech P050 plus move 1 X1 minus move 2 X1 move P0 AC. Alright, so that should do the first two. Zactronics presents. And then it won't write anything for the falling edge. It'll never do anything again. Great. Okay, so that's that one done. Well, I guess I do need to write -1 and -2 to that. Well, I'll need a little more code for that. Yeah, that's kind of a pain. 1, 2, -1, -2. Like, there's no input there. Oh, wait, you want those to be written on the same frame. There's no tail here. So just write -1, write -2. Alright, well, I guess I could do this. Can I? Maybe. Here, let's TCP. No, that doesn't work. TGT P0 AC. Here. Sure. Tech P00, Tech AC100. So if both of those are true, move -1, X2, move -2 x2 move 0 ac. How's that? Electronics presents, so that'll just deactivate those two segments. Alright, so that part's happy. So stage 2. This one can be simple, I think. Can I sneak this over here? Just so I don't have to wire awkwardly. I can. Let's do it. Either way is fine. Is that any good? Shenzhen I. There we go. All right. So then we have stage 3 and stage 4. So it looks like it's just going to be basically copy these and do similar things. Wiring room is starting to look a little scant. Can save a tiny bit of room, kind of, by doing this. Yeah, sure, that works. I don't need that X pin. There we go. Okay. That's fine. I'm not trying to do a good solution to this in any way. I'm just doing anything that'll work. Alright, so then that's... When stage 3 increases, we go to 12, then 13, then 14. Alright, so you can actually be much simpler than... Hold on, who are you? What are you doing? You can do kind of something like this, but something much simpler. So TGT P0 AC. Sure. Wait, okay, so tech AC. Actually, it doesn't matter. No, I do have an accumulator, or I do have a... Okay, that's fine. If it's 33... Here, let's TCP. If it has risen, then I'll compare it against 67. The 67 value is 13. Ooh, that's no good. Nope, have to write it exactly. Never mind. Alright, so that's going to be 33. And I can just, like, do a couple of these, right? Hey, come on now. Select. 67. 100. I need one more instruction to... okay, well, I guess I can just do this, probably. One more instruction to move P0 AC, and that should be good for that part. Build circuits, write code. It's not happy. Because of this, of course. That still doesn't work. Okay, of course it doesn't. Because 33 is not 67, so it would do the... Oh, and also I got this number wrong. Can I do some trickery with TCP? Like have a... No, not really. Feels like I should be able to do this easier, but like to detect a rising edge, I have to keep a last value. If I'm keeping a last value, then I don't get a register for counting up to 12, 13, 14. So I kind of just want to encode these here like this. I really strongly feel like this is not the solution they had in mind when they made this trailer. I could certainly stick one of these up here and snake that X1 wire through, or X2 wire through there just fine, if I wanted to. So you know what? Again, I'm like anti-optimizing this almost. It's kind of ridiculous. Here we go. You just do that. Part connected to self. Okay, fine. Oh, that won't work, because that part would end up connected to self regardless. Okay, never mind. Can't do... sure I can. Just go like this and use X0 as the output. Sure. Okay, so there's X0. Oops. This puzzle will have graphs, presumably. Is that satisfied? Build circuits, write code, RTFM, right? And then you are like this. Well, I want to be able to read that stage 4. Can't do it for the stage 2, but that's fine, whatever. X1, sure, whatever. This is going to be 15. Oh, negative 15. All right, that's fine. Is it? Probably. Okay, so it's just 15, negative 15. All right, so when I get a 100, I'm going to move x1 neg, and no, that's not an instruction in this language. Mul negative 1. And I guess no, I don't add 1. Sleep 1. Why would I do any of this instead of just this? That's much simpler. Move 15, sleep 1, move negative 15. X1, sleep 1. Okay. Well, okay, so a couple of pluses will fix that right up. All right. Well, it totally makes sense that they would put this in here. Available now! Gonna test literally the same thing. Oh, there's some variants. All right. A lot of people also didn't put much effort into this solution. My lines of code were a little high. That's fine. Oh, man. So, I'm a little tired. I feel like this game has run its course in a way. Like, part of why I'm feeling this way is because I'm up against this puzzle. Harvest Time was already super exhausting, and the prospect of doing a slightly different version of it just doesn't appeal to me all that much. Like, just because I've already basically solved this problem, and this is... I don't know, I'm just not in the mood to do this. So I did the trailer, and that was cool. I guess I'll poke at this for a little bit. It wouldn't feel right to quit this game without solving this puzzle. And also there's the other one over there with the custom game thingy. I don't know, this all just requires being in a certain headspace, and trying to get into that space every other day has taken its toll. I'm trying to get into it now, and I'm just not there. So, what's this supposed to do? I had this idea for, like, query for closest to something, and this didn't fit for some reason. What was wrong with it? Yeah, because this is sending back the address of either X or Y, so this would have to do some additional processing to see if it's even or odd, and that's annoying to do. How would I even do that? Guess I could mul 5 DGT1. Where even was I with this? So I have the motor controllers here. They report their current position and then wait for input to tell them where they want to move to. Then they try to move there. Okay, so reporting that position currently goes nowhere. Right, I had wiring problems here. You wanted to do a lot of stuff. You're the only one who talks to the radio. You do need to wire out to this somehow. Could you two report your positions directly to... Oh, how about this? Why don't I just overload a line? Okay, so you're going to SLXX2. Which means some things need to happen here first. Okay, so when a new coordinate comes in, I need to write it to this before I start the query. Which is not what I wanted to do because I... Okay. No, I can't just wire these together. That doesn't work. For a lot of reasons. Can I carve out a little piece of this puzzle and work on just that? Like, let's make a thing just for querying the closest match. So let's assume there's data in this, and I can decide it's going to be in whatever format I want. Do I want it packed or unpacked? So like I had some code that maybe partially did this, or tried to at least. Thanks, Shenzhen I. That's exactly what I wanted to copy. Control C, escape, escape. Click, 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 paste. I got a different number. Copy. Paste. I got a different number. Copy. Paste. Okay, so I'm doing the same thing over and over and it's not working. Is it the escape input? Maybe. It did it differently that time. I don't know why. Do I want this code? What does it do? Wait for input on X2. Right, so X here, Y there. So you do need to compare them separately. Keep track of both. Check each alternating row against each one. Or, if packed together, take a row, unpack it. Can't do that in here because of those registers. I could add another interface in between, maybe. Which would like read a row and unpack it, and that sounds miserable. Everything does. Move X1, X3. What was X1 wired to? Maybe I should have just copied this. X1 was wired to D0. Okay, so X0 is A0. X1 to D0, X0 to A0. Don't really care what the wiring looks like right now. I can change it if I have to. And then X3, what did that do? Gave back an absolute distance value. Okay, so it takes two numbers, whoops, and returns the absolute distance between them. X1 from D0. Here, let me make this wiring easier to comprehend. There. Move X1, just at a glance. X1, X3. Move ACK, X3. Okay, so compare what you read out of there, the X coordinates, with this. Send the result back here and also send the address. So then you do it again with the Y coordinate. Send the result back here, also send the address. Yeah, so what I don't like about this is it's giving me different values depending on whether it's X or Y, even or odd. And I would have to correct for that later. But what else would I want? What's your output? Like, what do I actually want to say to the outside world about this? I think this is the wrong output completely. The output should be coordinates. Okay, but this would theoretically be sent to someone who keeps track of what the best match was. So it feels more like... in loop, I would first send the address, then do the X comparison and send the result, and then do the Y comparison and send the result. So the one who's keeping track of what the best match is... Okay, how do you keep track of the best match? With an address, I guess? But to track the best match, you need both an address and what the best number is. So that's 2 registers already used. Address can go in DAT because I don't have to operate on it. Same for best match, sure. I really don't want to store that in like another 100p14, probably. That just seems like a... However... another possible design. Package it together so I have enough room. Store coordinate. Store distance from current position to that coordinate. Store coordinate, store distance. Store coordinate, store distance. That's not the worst imaginable thing. I don't like it, but it's not the worst imaginable thing. How will I handle this not having, how will I handle deletion and, like, absence of coordinates? I could handle deletion the same way that I did it back in the real harvest time. With you. A0 is at deletion index +2. Index not +2 is sent over x1. So you have lines to A1 and D1. So somewhere, yeah, here's where I write the sentinel. Okay, so I'd have sentinel values in there, which I could still do. How do you work? x3 ACK, x3 DAT, take ACK x1, move x1 known, take DAT x1, ACK x1, DAT x1. Yeah, so you're looking for a match here. Yeah, you're just detecting matches. I need to detect distance, which is a much more complicated operation. Oh boy. This might be relevant. Okay, so let me just think. Why does puzzle put me in such a bad mood? Because it's just like super tedium. Feels unnecessary. So I want the input to this to be current coordinates. I want the output from it to be coordinates to go to. And if the current coordinates match something that's already here, I want it to manage its own data store and delete those things. Deletion can mean simply overwriting, but if I use the approach, yeah, okay, I think I do want delete from middle, because that allows this to use, that allows the thing that talks to this to use D1 to just write anything new that comes in. Yeah, okay, so I kind of want a copy of my old thingy. Boy, good luck getting this to copy over. I'll try. Back. So I didn't press the escape key that time. I'm going to make no keyboard inputs. I wouldn't mind getting a conclusive answer on whether that's what does this or not. If you fail, I will know it does not. Okay, so it has nothing to do with keyboard inputs. What does it have to do with? Like, why is this... This has to be. There is absolutely no way this is not just a bug in the game. It feels like something is being stored in the same space as the clipboard. Sometimes. Just depends on like how memory is allocated or something. Sometimes you can copy and paste between things, sometimes you can't. What makes the difference? I'm going to try holding modifier keys, but I have no way to tell whether it's just different memory conditions causing that to work. Let's try this. Okay, let me open up another application. Let's use that as a buffer. I guess that's an okay workaround, because like that can escape. At this point it's still alive. No, not concept spec. And like the whole multi-step process for getting here. Okay, so that got corrupted. And yeah, now that's in the clipboard. Why? What is this? What is this value? What, I don't know what this is. Alright, so X1 is the one that's supposed to talk to this. Right, and I need that same wiring once again for that to work. So X3 goes over here to A0. Probably. D0 is that. X0 goes to D0. Yep, that looks like a familiar shape. And then you talk to... I remember you're having to do this for some reason, and then this. And then you over here get access to the data line like that. However, this X0 needs to go elsewhere. That's the one that talks to this, in theory. You get the RX there, and the TX will have to go to an I/O expander of some sorts for the motor controllers. I guess. And I guess I can just dodge your X3. So you'll use X0, you'll use this, going right through the radio transmitter, which is fine. I don't even have to, I can do this. X3 will be unused, X0 will go to this X0. Alright, sure. So that's a theoretical way to wire this. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So this can expand out this way for helpers. No, it can't. It's using all of its I/O lines already. Yeah, so that layout looks pretty unfriendly because there's no way I can do all my work in here. How will I even know what to delete? I won't. Oh. Oh, I don't want to think about this. So other LPs have gotten to this point before. I'm just trying to think about what I want to do here. I just really have the strongest feeling of not wanting to bother solving this puzzle. It's an extra bonus thing. Again, doesn't feel right if I don't, but I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to today, at least. Would some sort of freeform creativity thing here feel better? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, probably. I don't absolutely have to change this to a custom thing. I could just use the matrix display thing and be fine. I should use a custom image. So I still have an idea of what I want to do. I don't think it's going to be very much fun, though, with the constraints I'll have to design it with. Yep, feeling extremely demotivated about all of the things here. I solved one puzzle, and I can be happy about that. And like what I really, really don't want to do is to give myself extra work outside this game to have to go and like on my own try and solve this. Okay, so maybe I'm making the executive decision to just put down this LP for a little while so that it can end on only a slightly sour note instead of an exhausted and extremely sour note. This is a cool game. I like it a lot. It's fantastic. It's overstaying its welcome by 2 puzzles, apparently. It's perfect right up until these last 2. Like, somehow just, like, I'm just checked out. I don't know. I can't explain it. It's just how it is. Yeah. So, guess I'm gonna play another game next time. I guess. And I'll come back in however many thousands of years this is to hear from Sun again. This still has bold text, even though it's done. Okay, well, if I get inspired, maybe I'll decide to do something with this yet. There's more text to see down here. Yeah, so this is the one extra bit of text left in the game to see. Maybe that's part of it. Like, the bonus puzzles don't give me any extra text. The only reward is seeing my graph stacked up against everybody else's, I guess. And the satisfaction of solving the puzzle, too. That's a reward. But yeah, I don't know. I think I need a break from this. Given the way that this game has haunted me before, I'm sure it will continue to. And when I actually have some extra time to spend on it and I'm in the mood, not just every 2 days when I might not specifically be, then I can come back here and tinker around with this. Because again, this happens. This will haunt me. I know it will. But that'll be some extra bonus thing just whenever it happens. And same for the other, making a game of my own here. I'm still committed to doing that. But yeah, I don't know when. Alright, sorry for this sad ending, but that's apparently just the mood I'm in. And I'm cutting my losses, gonna play another game next time. So I'll see you next time for something else, and sometime later for a little bit more of this game.